And now we will take a look at unpacking the standards. What do students have to know and do? In order to find this document, you will need to transition over into your math core curriculum for grade 4. Scroll down. It's usually found within the first or second page of the document. Select the blue hyperlink where it says grade 4, Unpacking the Standards, Numbers and Operations in Base 10. This is found in every single unit. Please note the standards that you will need to review, as there will be every standard listed for this entire domain on the document. For NBT A1, for NBT A2, for NBT A3, for NBT B4, for MD A2. And we're going to break this down. The domain that we're looking at are the numbers and operations in base 10, also known as NBT. For this particular domain, there are two clusters. The first, cluster A, generalized place value understanding for multi-digit whole numbers, and cluster B, use place value understanding and properties of operations to perform multi-digit arithmetic. 3 aspects of rigor: conceptual understanding, more than just the answer. What does the math really mean? What is the why? How do numbers work together? Explain, model, and recognize. Procedural skill and fluency, working through the problems without hesitation, applying various strategies when solving the problem, use or do, and finally, application, applying both conceptual understanding and procedural skill and fluency to real-world situations, real-world contexts, or real-world situations. Now we're going to take a look at Standard 4 NBTA1. Within each cluster, you'll find the standard. Standard 1. Recognize that in a multi-digit whole number, a digit in one place represents 10 times what it represents to a digit in one place represents 10 times what it represents in the digit to its right. For example, recognize that 700 divided by 70 equals 10 by applying concepts of place value and division. We will take a look at standards for mathematical practice, or the SMPs. Number 3, 4, 6, and 7. Number 3, construct viable arguments and critique the reasoning of others. Number 4, model with mathematics. Number 6, attend to precision. Number 7, look for and make use of structure. We will also review conceptual understanding. Understand that each digit's place value is 10 times as great as the place to its immediate right. Understand place value concepts to 1 million. Now we're going to navigate back over into our unpacking document. And we are going to scroll down to where it says what the teacher does. Please review this column with fidelity, as well as what the students do. What the teacher does will give you various strategies and methods to review and teach and instruct your students. What the students do will very explicitly state what students are expected to do in order to demonstrate that they have grasped the concepts. What students do: extend and explore patterns that involve moving digits to different places in a given numeral. Explain what is happening to the value of a digit as it appears within various places in a numeral. Identify the relationship among places by multiplying by 10, moving one place to the left, and dividing by 10, moving one place to the right. Again, we are looking at the conceptual understanding, mathematical standards 3, 4, 6, 7, along with procedural understanding. Please pause the video at this time to read this and review the expectation of students and teachers for each standard. Remember that you can access what this teacher is doing by going back to your CFPG, your Curriculum Framework Progress Guide, scroll down, and click on this hyperlink. Standard 4, NBT A3. Use place value understanding to round multi-digit whole numbers to any place. Please review the standards for mathematical practice 3, 4, 6, and 7. This time, highlighted and circled for you is conceptual understanding. Understand place value concepts. Understand that rounding means to identify the multiple of 10, 100, and 1,000 that is closest to a given number. Understand that numbers exactly between two multiples of 10, 100, 1,000, etc. round to the larger multiple. Please take the time to review the procedural fluency and application along with the expectations for teachers and students. Standard 4 NBT B4. I'm going to go back to the document at this time because I want to talk about what I mentioned earlier. I'm going to go over to the unpacking document and look for 4MDA2 that is found under cluster A. And so now I'm scrolling down to cluster A. 4MDA1 is important to note. All right. But we are looking at 4MDA2, where we're using the four operations to solve word problems involving distances, intervals of time, liquid volume, masses of objects, and money, including problems involving simple fractions or decimals, and problems that require expressing measurements given in a larger unit in terms of a smaller unit. For this one, we're looking at SMPs 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Conceptual understanding. Understand relative size and conversions within both customary and metric measurement systems. Understand number line diagrams feature a measurement scale and can represent measurement quantities. The application. Decide if an answer is reasonable using mental math, estimation, and/or rounding. Given an answer in a measurement unit, i.e., the answer is 32 inches, create a story problem involving conversions and operations to solve. Please note, the bold components indicate explicit aspects of rigor within a standard. Keywords and phrases in the standard indicate which component of rigor the standard is targeting. All three components of rigor are equally important to student mastery. Now that we've taken a closer look at each standard, think about this. What are the expectations of the standards? How do those expectations connect to the formative checkpoints and the milestones within the unit? What are the expectations of the standards for unit? What are the expectations of the standard for teachers for this particular unit? And how can teachers support student expectations of the standard? How will students be able to show what they know and can do?